Hey, people of the good life. So we are back again for another biz talk. So it's not only about business, but it's also how you use your mind instead of your mind is using you. These topics are all about the mindset. What can you do with your mind? The mind is very powerful, but a lot of people don't realize that, and that's one of the reasons why 95% of world's population is not successful in anything. Yes, even when they have a higher position in a company, that still doesn't mean that you have success. Okay, so a little bit about myself. So I was for long years in corporate business world. Worked a lot of hours, and I finally ended up in a burnout, in a divorce, and I also lost my job. So I had to change my life, and I didn't want to go back to the corporate business world. So what I did, I started in education for hypno-regression therapist and life coach, and that's what I'm still doing. But I finally ended up in the network marketing industry. So, but in the network marketing industry, but also in whatever you do, it's all about the mindset. Yes, it's between the ears. There's where the magic happens. Okay, now we are going to talk about the law of non-resistance. This is a very difficult topic because you will experience the law of non-resistance almost every few minutes. Yeah, so, and I can tell you that because I experience it every few minutes. Yeah, and you have to be aware of it and you can do something with it. Okay, let's go to that law. Okay, so this is from Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor has a magic program, the 11 Forgotten Laws, and this is one of the laws, law of non-resistance. So everyone knows this. This is too good to be true. That's what's in the mind of a lot of people. Yeah, this is too good to be true. So you have a new house. This is too good to be true. Why is it too good to be true? Yes, it's because it's your birthright. Yeah, you can get anything where you want, and that's when you apply the law how you should apply it in your life. Yeah, so when you say this is too good to be true, that's not in harmony with this law. Yeah, it's all about releasing the resistance we have to the good that is already ours by birthright. So Bob Proctor has a beautiful book, and that's all about um, you born to be rich. Yes, that's a book from Bob Proctor. You can find it on YouTube, maybe lectures about that, or you can Google it. But you are born to be rich. We are born to be rich. Yes. So this is too good to be true. That's from our parents, from our educational system, from the culture we are living in. That's why we have this sentence programmed in our mind. This is too good to be true. So when you have a lot of money, your mind already is going to that sentence. This is too good to be true. Yeah. So, and when you can get rid of that and replace it with something more effective, then you are in harmony with this law of non-resistance. Yes. So, okay. The second point, when a bad situation comes up, most people will fight it. They will resist it and they react to it. So reaction is something different from responding. Because for responding, you need to think constructive thinking. Yes. So with the reaction, it's just an impulse. It's it's a primitive reaction. Yes. So and that's what happened. So during my education for as a hypno-regression therapist, I ended up two times in a past life. Yes, so that's what can happen in a session with hypno-regression therapy. So I ended up two times in a past life. So one of the past lives was that I was a Roman soldier or gladiator or something like that, and I was fighting my whole life, fighting against everything. Yes, so and I recognize that because I was doing that in my life too. So, and that's why things don't work out. Yeah. So when you fight everything, life will fight back to you more and more and more. Yeah. So reacting is a habit and responding, you have to think. Yeah. You have to think what your reaction or response will be. And that's very important. So fighting is not the solution. Yeah, you can fight everything, but life will fight back to you. So, and the third point, anytime we are agreeing with conditions that are difficult, we are creating resistance to the very thing we want. So, how does that work? So, maybe you recognize it from your own life. Yeah. So, when we say, "Oh, life is difficult. I don't like this day. I had a bad wake up this morning, so I don't feel motivated." Yeah, that's all difficult. Yeah. So when you promote difficulties in your life, you get difficulties back in your life. So this is just the law of attraction. Yeah, it's the law of non-resistance, but also the law of attraction. So when you think and you talk positive things, you get positive things back. But when you fight positive things, or when you fight life, you get negative things back. Yeah. So that's because we want the things that we want. We are the ones that make sure that it doesn't work that way. Yeah. So, and that's not what we want. Yeah. So we cannot agree with conditions that are difficult. We have to change our mindset, our way of thinking. Okay, the fourth point. If we go through life fighting, opposing, resisting, arguing, we are bound to meet with more obstacles. Yeah, and that's actually what I said. So this is a perfect example of the law of. Wait a minute. I have a challenge here. Okay, this is a perfect example of the law of non-resistance. So I can get angry because my camera doesn't work. It has to do with the internet connection that is not very stable. So I can resist it. I can get angry, but that is not the solution, right? So there is a reason for that, and I just don't have to fight it. Yes. So maybe the camera is off again after a few minutes, but let's wait for that moment, right? Okay. So when we are fighting, opposing, resisting, arguing, we are bound to meet more obstacles, because what you think and what you say, you will attract. Yes, when it's about resistance, with arguing, with opposing, you get more obstacles on your way. Yeah, and we lose sight of our real objective. So what we really want. Yes, we attract what we expect. So when we expect difficulties, we get difficulties in our life. So the fifth point. So you may not able to change conditions or situations, because what can you do about a bad economy? What can you do about a government that makes sure that you pay a lot of tax and more and more and more tax, and about inflation? So what can you do about it? Yes. What can you do about a pandemic? You can not do nothing about it, right? So, but you can replace your way of thinking about the situation. Yeah. So that's a beautiful one. So let me repeat that one a few times. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. That's from Wayne Dyer. Wayne Dyer was a spiritual teacher. You can find him on YouTube. So from Wayne Dyer. Yeah. So if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So that's the way we should think. Yes. There's always something positive in a negative situation. So, and let me tell you this, people that are very successful in life, they don't blame circumstances. They create circumstances. Yes. So how bad the situation is, millionaires, they create circumstances, even in the worst situation. So one of the beautiful examples of that is Grant Cardone. He's a billionaire, and he became a billionaire in the worst economic situation. Yeah, so that's already an example that it is possible. Yeah, so if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So you can turn a negative experience into a positive experience. Yeah, you change and you create the circumstances. So when you create the circumstances, you are aligned with the law of non-resistance. Yes, so God created us to create. Yes, not to act as a tree, to stand in a certain place and be there. Yeah, have your roots in the ground and there's no movement. Okay, the sixth and last point. So when you remove and dissolve every obstacle by blessing it, being willing to understand it, you can mark it no longer as a stumbling block, but a stepping stone that's leading you to the highest good. So that requires a lot of um, changes in your mindset. Yes. So it's very difficult when we have a difficult situation to bless it. Yes. But when you bless it, there's a reason for the difficult situation. Maybe you need to become stronger, a stronger mind, a stronger mindset. Yes. So, and that's maybe the reason why you have a difficult situation. God is just watching you how you handle the situation. Yes. So people didn't end up in the promised land in the Bible after 1 year, right? So there were a lot of challenges. So, and that's the same with life. Yeah, so this is the last part of this session. You can always escape your past now, and the name is Escape Your Past Now, because you can always do it right now. You don't have to wait, because otherwise you wait until it's too late. And yeah, I hope you had some valuable lessons from this law of non-resistance. So it's a law that I watch on a regular basis, because it's one of the challenges of life. Yes. So, and I hope you had some value from this lesson. You can post your comments or questions in the Facebook group. You can also go to my YouTube channel and you can leave your comments there. You can subscribe for the YouTube channel and leave your comments there. So when you have a question, I will answer all questions. Okay, thanks a lot. See you next time.